today's episode, we have owner and head coach of Team Shark Saigon, Alex Jung. Alex talks
It's
about
the Saigon Saga. Subscribe right now.
My pants came off, my butt got exposed.
I was a fishmonger, so she turned out to be married.
I'll never forget the time, Alex, where I just came to Saigon, and your gym was one of the first places I ever went. And it was an open mat on a Sunday morning.
Yes.
And I think Q and yourself was there, and we had some rounds, and then we went. You asked me to go out to coffee with you guys.
Yes,
And I just remember such a welcoming feeling at Team Shark, and I was like, man, the community here in Saigon is really, really cool. So
it was like last year already. It's like a year ago.
How long have you been at the new location?
My gym's new location is only half a year, 6 months. But I started Team Shark Saigon in 2021 May, right before the COVID lockdown. So after the month, I started my gym. Then I was stuck in my gym for 3 months, like doing push-ups every day and doing drills every day, just by myself. Anyway,
wow.
It's all together, it's around 3 years and exactly 2 months, 3 years, 2 months exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So how did you get the idea for name Team Shark?
Well, because like Shark, ever since you start training jiu-jitsu, you heard about a lot of proverbs regarding sharks. You have to be the sharks in the ground, and also it has a very good matching with keys to looking at my gyms, more fun. So that's why I choose that. And the design wise, I actually asked one of the design, I paid for it in Korea, and then she did a really good job. So it cost me only $300. But anyway,
Yeah.
so then I just started it. I didn't think that much because there are many shark gyms out there in Korea. We have shark judo, but shark whatever. So, but for me, I put it like a Team Shark Saigon because anyway, I live in Ho Chi Minh City, so it sounds cool. So I put it like TSS, Team Shark Saigon. Yeah.
And how long have you been in Saigon so far?
Oh, I've been in Vietnam almost 10 years. I moved to Vietnam 2014. I was in Hanoi for 2 years, slightly less than 2 years. Then I moved to Saigon for work, actually. So I was a sales manager in one of the Korean manufacturing company. So that was and ever since I moved to Ho Chi Minh City, I started training jiu-jitsu just for my health. So then I loved it, Actually, I was a Taekwondo boy when I was little. So I did Taekwondo for like 6-7 years. And then I'm a Taekwondo black belt straight down. But thing is, I started Muay Thai first at the Saigon Sports Club. Then I see some people like hugging each other on the ground. And I asked my friend, what was that? What was that? What is that? And then they said, it's jiu-jitsu. And then I was like, no, not for me. But then he asked me to try just one time, Alex. And I tried it and I liked it. So then I trained Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. Then, okay, one day I started to feel like, okay, I'm getting old. So no striking, but forget about it. I just give 100% to jiu-jitsu. So I train like 3-4 times a week. I bring my gis and bring my rush guys around whenever I go for the business travel to like Germany, Canada. So yeah, that's the point that I started.
The point of no return.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's always a great way to meet people when you go to a new city.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the marketing tool for me, that when I'm introducing jiu-jitsu to my students, because once you start training jiu-jitsu, look at me, you can bring your gis around and then you meet new people. Sometimes I even go to Indonesia, Middle Java. There's one coach, he's been a blue belt for like over 10 years. He's really good technicians. And then I met him and then I trained there. he took me for the like a little tour in Semarang, city of Semarang. So
Wow.
and then I still keep in touch with him. And then he also his student also compete in like a Jakarta. And then they always ask me to come over for training together, competing. But now I'm a little busy, so but
Yeah, for
I
sure.
will for sure. Yeah.
Did you ever train at the famous Saigon Jiu Jitsu back in the day? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Saigon Jiu Jitsu in Mano, right?
Mhm.
So I started to train there like since 2017 or something, I think, as far as I
Mhm.
remember. And the Sunday of Mat, I always be there. Oh, I was there all the time. And then those the place that's the place that I met like so many good jiu-jitsu guys in Vietnam, like Tani, Gung, and Vince, everyone else, and even Q. I met them.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So one of the more impressive things about your program is the kids program
Yes.
that you have at Team Shark. How long have you been working with kids here in Saigon?
Well, I started to teach kids the the point that I got my blue belt. Then I started to teach. So, but it's a very small group. I started to teach one or two students. But then I figured that why not I just teach kids as a big group. And then that was the point that I opened my gym. And yeah, it's already over 4 or 5 years. I've been teaching jiu-jitsu for the kids, and now we have a really big kids group, and they're competing a lot. And then even 2 weeks ago, they competed in a multi inter club competition. They did a really good job, and it actually creates a good community with like a different gym. Like Arkain, Gisdio, they also have
Yeah.
kids jiu-jitsu. So they will becoming a very, very good friends. And the good thing about like a kids doing this kind of martial arts, because it's a very good experience that you need to get when you're earlier stage, like 5, 6 year old, that you go out there, you feel like the pressure, and then you have to experience to win or lose. That actually makes you really grow up, because look at the children nowadays, like their mom and dad, they do everything for their kids. They never lose in their life, but when they compete, that's the very first moment they experience that no one can help, so they have to do by themselves. Even Coach Alex can yell at them, give them a guidance for underhook, and then take him down. But at the end of the day, he or she needs to figure out the game, and then they need to deal with it. So that actually makes all my kids really stronger. And
Yep.
I'm not only teaching jujitsu, it's like teaching something valuable for their life. So
Mhm.
that's the keyword for my Team Shark Saigon Kids Jiu-Jitsu Club.
That I think is fantastic, and I think just like you said, just especially today, it just teaches kids great lessons, valuable early in life. What are some other big differences in working with kids in jujitsu class and adults?
Well, I mean, maybe I can say the hardest part is that get their get their attention is really difficult, because normally adults, they pay the fee, they know what is jujitsu, they come and learn, and then they always they focus. However, the kids, their mom pay for it, so they just like sometimes they don't want to do jujitsu, but their mom push them to go and train some martial arts. So sometimes in the class sometimes they don't really care. So some, I mean, many times I discipline them, and then I like, you know, I give a very strong, strong warning that, you gotta focus, you gotta focus. However, you have to make it fun. If it's not fun, the kids will leave one day. So I mixed up with just not only the jiu-jitsu training, but put together with the mini game, and then we do a lot of drills that having a little uh, mini game style training. So that actually get the kids' attention better. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then we do a lot of rollings too, and because normally the kids just come to the class and then just listen to the a class lesson like armbar technique. They just think it's like how to say yeah, it's a bit boring, if I teach by words, because jujitsu requires a lot of explanation. So that's why sometimes kids don't want to listen. They just want to play. So I always make the lessons very uh compact, and they can figure out. I mean, sometimes I teach them half guard, but some kids they figure out the deep half guard so straight away because the body moves that way, and then wow, so they create the techniques by themselves.
Wow.
But once they roll, and it's very hard to find the dreams that the kids can actually fight, actually roll with somebody, even like so you go to like a taekwondo gym nowadays. When I was a little boy, we fight every day. We do the half kicks and everything. But now it's very protective in many gyms. I'm not saying that that's bad idea, because sometimes it's really important to protect the kids. And then, uh, however, jiu-jitsu is relatively safer because there is no striking, so we can just keep rolling, and also under my provision. That means I know the point that we have to stop, and then paro, and then they stand up again, and they continue their rollings. And I found out that they really enjoyed it. I think over 90% of kids, uh, once they start rolling, they really enjoyed it.
Oh wow.
Yes, they got I mean, they find some kind of instinct that they have inside by rolling. So then after that, you know, they also accept the fact that winning or losing is not a matter. It doesn't matter. So they just keep on training. Some kids they start crying because they don't want to tap, they don't want to lose, but they continue roll. They every day they roll, then they started to realize that, oh wow, I have to be very respectful to everyone. So there's always the friends that are good at jujitsu, and then they're just started jujitsu. So that's why when they roll with the stronger one, they go really 100%. But when they go with the beginners, then they know how to take care of the beginners. So that's why it's like so one of my uh motto that all my kids are understanding is that you have to be strong to stronger. That you have to be weak to weaker. So they know how to make a harmony with their kids group, with their friends together. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So recently at the kids gathering, at Gisdio, you had a lot of kids competing. Are these kids, do they want to compete on their own, or are their parents pushing them to compete a little bit more?
Well, most of the kids they want to compete, but they got some fear before the competition. They kept on asking me who am I gonna fight, and always ask me like, are they strong and are they really good at jiu-jitsu? How's my skills? And then they have so many questions. But and that day when after the competition, whether they win or lose, and then they feel they feel relieved, and then they're so happy that they do something. So they have so uh some kids, their mom or their dad, they're pushing so much to be stronger. But at the beginning of the class, when they just joined the club, they have that kind of reaction. But throughout the class lesson, at least like 2 or 3 months, they they have after that they're willing to train all the time. They're not just the little kid from their parents. So I mean they their decision to train more, and then their decision to compete in a competition as well.
And then afterwards, the feedback from the kids, they all had a good time. They love competing. I'm sure they're excited about the next event.
Yes, and then they always ask me like, when is the next competition? When is the next competition? So after the competition, they want to fight more. So and then I'm also planning with Gisdio, over Limit Arkain, and probably with more gyms. It's coming end of November or beginning of December. We have another kids
Yeah.
tournament, but this time I think we're gonna make it a little more bigger. We probably rent a venue.
Yeah.
Not
Before we get into that, can you just share a little bit about the recent summer gathering that you had and kind of the planning that went into it? We stopped by. It was really exciting. A lot of parents were there.
Yes.
It looked like there was a huge turnout at Gisdio. There wasn't even a place to really sit down. There was so much excitement going on. We had referees. We had 2 mats.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about the recent summer gathering?
Okay, the recent summer gathering, we put the name as a summer gathering because when we call it like a jiu-jitsu competition, it sounds a little bit tough for
intimidating.
kids. So that's why it's more like a gathering with like a different from different jiu-jitsu dojos. And this idea actually starts from 2 years ago. I started a little competition for my gym only, it's internal competition. I call it like a Team Shark Saigon Invitational. Some other kids from another gyms joined it, only like 4 or 5, but mostly the Team Shark kids. And that was pretty successful. I did it in my old gym. It's very small, but it was fun. Then after that, the owner of the Gisdio, Mr. Duke Bear, he asked me, he just suggested me, why not we do the inter-club competition, kids competition together.
Yeah. So two events per year,
2 events per year. That's my plan.
and the next one's going to be a little bigger.
A little bigger, yeah. We're gonna find out the bigger place that everybody can come. Because if the kids competing, their mom and dad, all the relatives, they want to come and watch. We will definitely make it a little more bigger, the big venue. And from next year, I think we aggressively invite more clubs. Not
Okay.
only in Vietnam, probably we can call the kids team from like Cambodia or even Thailand. So our plan is to make it more international kids competition.
How many kids came to the most recent event?
In total, it's a 91 kid,
91 kids.
91 kid competing. And from my gym, around 30 kids joined the event.
Wow.
Yeah, the rest are from different gyms. The main Gisdio and Over Limit and Arkain, and some kids from other gyms too.
And a lot of people showed up. Lots
Yes.
lots of excitement.
Yeah, I was so excited that kids competition, not only parents but all the jiu-jitsu guys in town, like Matt and you and Vince, all my buddies, they all come to watch the kids competition and they really enjoyed it. It can be something, you know.
What's some advice that you might have for parents who are bringing their kids to, a kids competition or a summer gathering?
Make sure that they really need to enjoy the show. So, because some kids come to the competition and they got really nervous and they didn't show, sometimes they didn't show what they have. And then, they just, after they finish the game, and if they lose, they cry, So it happens all the time. So, but no matter win or lose, the kids must enjoy the competition. That's the most important part, because the main key thing for the kids jiu-jitsu education is that if it's no fun, they have no reason to do this sports. So make sure that even my boy, 5-year-old, he joined the competition this time. He got the silver medal. And then my advice to my boys is go and enjoy it. your second competition, because he competed last year, and then he got beaten up by the one of the girl from the same gym, and then he didn't even know he lost. It's like, can I fight more? No, 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 no. You know you lost. Come on. But
Wow.
this year, and then he's gonna. He knew that he's gonna compete, so
So just keep it fun.
yes, that's the most important part. And some parents, like, they put so much emotions to their kids, and just I understand, because sometimes when my boy fights, I didn't say much, but go for it. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember going back to high school wrestling days. Parents are really hard on their kids.
Yes.
Growing up, and I've seen kids quit their senior year of high school, ranked first or second in the state because their dad was too hard on them, their whole life. So, yeah, it's very important just to keep it fun.
Yes,
You just get out there, get some rolls in.
also the respect, because some kids, like, I always tell them, whenever you finish the match, you need to bow, you need to hug your friend, and always remember that, you cannot train jiu-jitsu without your friend, you know. So that's why the existence of your friend is very important. And then you also always, whether their jiu-jitsu level is high or low, doesn't matter. You have to respect them all the time. And that's all I want to tell. So uh, especially in my class, if the kids are very disrespectful to their friends, no. Yeah, no mercy for them. So stop doing that, and then you need to be more, respectful to your friends, and then, like, it's yes, it's very important for their life. If no respect, it's like there's no point to learn this martial arts.
Do you guys offer gi and no gi classes for the kids?
For kids, I only offer gi class. I sometimes did like no-gi classes, like a special class. So it's probably once every 2 months or something like that. Because sometimes the kids come and ask me, hey, can we do the jujitsu without the gi? And then say, yeah, why not? And then, okay, I'll show you. And then
Oh, okay.
then we go for because normally they have a rash guard inside. So
Oh, okay.
okay, just take off your jacket. Okay, let's do some no-gi. And they're like, wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it excited. Yes. Because it's very important that, you need to give a little bit of, tuned lesson to kids. Because if you giving the lessons every day is the same, like this year, next year, every year is the same, the kids kind of get fed up with it. So that's why the root is same, but however, I give a little bit of tuning onto the class lesson, so that keep the class more playful.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the point that I'm always thinking about it. Is how am I gonna make the class fun? Yes.
What do you think Vietnam needs to grow grappling in this country?
I have a direct comparison of the growth in grappling scene in Korea and Vietnam. So I think I share this one with a lot of my friends, because in 2007 or 2008, like 15 years ago, there were only like 20 to 30 jiu-jitsu gyms in Korea, whole Korean peninsula. So that was so small. So they don't even know what is the gi. They don't even know the difference between the gi or no gi. Just, come and train. Only few people like teaching jiu-jitsu. They learn from like overseas, or sometimes they've been to like Brazil and they catch up some technique. They come back to Korea and they teach us stuff like that. So when I'm looking at like Vietnam, the grappling scene, it's like a very early stage, like 15 years ago in Korea. And now I see that many gyms coming up, newly open, and maybe next 10 years, the the growth of the grappling in Vietnam is gonna be really fast.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure about that. And
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of Vietnamese people they like this kind of the martial arts. They already have like traditional Vietnamese martial arts, and they have a big they have very high interest in any types of martial art. So I think jiu-jitsu is one of the best options for Vietnamese to train. So I can see that within 10 years, it's gonna be like a triple, quadruple the size of the grappling scene in Vietnam.
Wow.
And I think the most important part is that the Vietnam has now more gyms but less competition. I hope all federations and those event management people get some really named competition into Vietnam, so that really boost up the grappling scene even faster. That's my idea.
Yeah. How do you think the community can kind of come together and to make these events happen and be more easily? How can the community come together to make more events happen? Basically, do you think? I think you guys did a great job. Like two or three gyms just kind of came together to make the kids tournament happen. Is there anything the community can do to make these easier?
Well, most of the grappling school coach are my friend. So
Yeah.
maybe the best thing is that those four gyms, Arkain, Gisdio, Team Shark, and Over Limit, we are the kind of like the main doses for the kids interclub kids competition. So I think we will give a notice to each gym in Vietnam that we're gonna have a interclub competition soon, probably a month or 2 months before. Give an official announcement. Then, of course, their coach can consider to get their kids to join the event together. But this interclub competition is not just like you pay for the registration, you come and compete. This is more like it's more like a gathering. It's not like you pay for the ADCC and then you go and compete. So
Yeah.
any dozo who wants to join this uh, gathering, they need to be a part of our team. That we
That's
can
right.
because we make the bracket. For example, like okay, this kid has no record for win the game. He lost 3 times in a row. So what we're gonna do? Let him fight with the strong kids again? No, we give him a chance. That we all know the level of the students. Sometimes, you know, if they keep losing, you need to make them win sometimes.
Yeah.
So that kids can um to not lose the interest in jujitsu. So that means this time whole four gyms we sit together and we make the bracket. So
Okay.
yeah. So what's this kid's level? And then, okay, so this kid's so strong, so he can fight for the probably he's 6-year-old. He can fight for the 7-year-old group, something like that. So we manipulate. But
Yeah.
at the end of I mean, this is not like a world championship. So that's why most important thing is that this one as well, like my class lesson, it has to be fun.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we need to cooperate together with different gyms. So
Yes.
that we put all the names and the levels of the jiu-jitsu. Then we make a bracket, and then I think this time, I think it was very successful. The match was fun, and so it's very excited. And then you see a lot of upset sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mm.
Yeah.
that's the only thing that the new gyms want to join. Make sure that they need to be a part of our team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be a part of the discussion leading up to the
Yes,
event,
exactly.
so that the kids have fair matches,
Exactly.
so that
Yeah.
so that they come back.
Yes, yes, yes. That's
You
very
know.
important. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's say if a parent wants to get their child into jujitsu, is there a specific class you would recommend at Shark, like a day or a time or
My
to
kids class um, starts from 5 to 5:50, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's for the beginners, and then
Mhm.
also 6 to 6:50 is Monday to Friday, so every day. It's for a little bit of advanced, but I actually distinguish by the age. So 5 to 7 year old, I recommend they come to the 5 p.m. class so that we have a little bit smaller kids and they train together. But if your kids are 8 year old or 9 year old over, then I recommend to join the 6 p.m. class. Then 6 6 p.m. class we have like 8 to 9 up to 11-year old the main need so that
okay.
they can roll more with a
Yep.
similar size. So
Hmm.
so it's less than 7, then they roll with like 5, 6, 7 get together. So I only divide into like a two age group. The 5 p.m. class is for the a little bit smaller kids, and 6 p.m. class for the little bit bigger kids.
Mm.
And then I did that for like last 3 years. And it worked really well. So their skills improving really fast. And then we also do have a lot of kids visitors from like different countries. Like last month, I have two yellow belt Russian kids um, joining our team for like more than a month, and they are my friend's son, and they're so strong. They're all both yellow belt. They started jujitsu from 5 year old, and then now they are 10. They train almost like 6, 7 years, and it's measure of my kids. But at the end, they became so good friends, and also the level of the jujitsu got really, really higher. And yeah, so that's the good thing about my gym that more visitors coming from other countries joining our kids class together. So you will definitely your kids will definitely enjoy not only the same people every day, but
Mhm.
you get to know the different different friends from the different countries, and then but meeting up with the only one focus training jiu-jitsu. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if they're 13 or 14, they should just come to the adult class.
If they over 13, then I recommend the mom and dad please put them into the high school, junior high school, and adult class because they're becoming more body size, shapes, everything becoming adults.
Yep.
Still a bit smaller than 20-year-old, but they can still train in the evening class, 7:30 to 9, which is the other class.
Do you have any tips or advice? Say there's a parent who's considering getting their child into martial arts and they're just on the edge. Do you have any words that would sway them into getting them into jujitsu?
Get your kids, try the trial class at the Team Shark, and he or she will like it.
That's great.
Kid free child. I'll
I
bring
know.
my. So you have a school bus pickup, so I can just put Zach on the bus, send him over.
Please, yes, yes, yes. I would consider. I would consider.
Yeah. So it is cool that you guys have a school bus that goes around and picks up the kids
Yes,
for the.
it's a school bus system is very common in Korea, as like I said before,
Hmm.
and yeah, like picking up kids is so much very important marketing point, especially when you're running a kids dozo. Kids schedule is very regular. So
Yep.
Monday you do this, Tuesday you do this, Wednesday you do this. So you fix the schedule and pick up the
Yep.
certain day,
Hmm.
and that really helps the kids to keep on training. Don't
Yeah,
do
for
not.
sure. Is there a general route that the buses go so the parents can?
I have two buses. So one bus goes around the Vinhom and then Taodian area. The
Okay.
other one is goes to the Estelle Heights and the Sun Avenue, the Tuduk area. So it's like
Okay.
I have two different area that two buses going around. Get Normally I pick up students um, and get the students at my gym at least like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes before the class, so they can chat with their friends before the class and do some warming up, and then start at 5 p.m. 6 p.m. sharp.
Okay. Awesome. You got anything else?
No, is there anything else you want to add or
No.
you want to talk about while you're on here?
Thanks for inviting me here to share my experience and my understanding about the kids BJJ scene in Vietnam. And I hope that the more kids are training jiu-jitsu. So my focus is to make all the kids grapplers
Sure.
in Ho Chi Minh City. So yeah, again, thanks for the invitation.
Yeah,
Thanks
for
so much
sure.
for coming
I'll
on.
Yeah,
see
thanks for
you
coming.
next time on the open mat for roll.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there on Sunday.